Oh, we're live. All right, let's get our other people on really quickly. All right, guys, we're just gonna add a few people right now. If you just give me a moment. Sorry, guys, just adding on one more person, and then we will get our guest on. Oh, sorry. Okay. Let's get Jeandra on. This whole thing is so new to me. I'm used to Facebook Live. Oh.
Good morning, Michelle.
Good morning, Jeandra. How are you?
It's very early. It's very early here in the good old United States of America. God bless America.
God bless America. What we do for the UK fight fans. We wake up stupid early to accommodate. And yeah.
The UK fight fans are probably the most passionate fight fans on earth. We love our fans here in the United States, but the British fight fans are on a whole nother level. So you got to get up early if you want to get down with the British fight fans.
You're absolutely correct about that. What did you do last night?
I watched Curtis Stevens get knocked out. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Oh my God. We knew that fight was going to end that way, but I just hope he's okay. That was brutal. What is with this trend? It seems like everybody who gets knocked out now, they get knocked out through the ropes. Everybody's out the ropes these days. It's over the top and it's extreme.
How long was he on the canvas for? It seems like, I don't know, like 3-4 minutes, right?
He was out cold, and I was watching a stream and I couldn't see what happened. I watched it until he was laying there and his team swarmed him and the ringside physician. And from what I understand, he got taken out on a stretcher and everything. And I just hope he's okay. I saw a couple tweets from Jolene Mazzone from Main Events, who is his matchmaker. And he's okay and responsive and everything like that at the hospital. But my God, that poor guy. I hope he's okay.
Damn. All right, before we get started, guys, this is obviously first episode, so trying to figure out some of the stuff. When I go to the homepage of my YouTube channel, I do not see the live feed. I want to make sure that it's showing so that we don't lose our viewers.
Right.
So do you see it? Because I don't see it. And I need to figure out how I can do the live chat with the viewers.
I need the viewers to start talking because I can see myself in the live chat, but I can't see anyone else. So if you are tuned in and you are watching the Hangout this morning, make sure you type in the live chat window so that we can see your questions.
How do I see their live chat? Because I don't see it.
So what you'll go do is back in on the web page where the show description is. If you scroll down to the very bottom, there it'll say open live chat in a new window. So click that and you'll be able to see the live chat in a separate window.
All right, because I want to make sure that I get their questions and get them answered appropriately. You're able to see it though, correct?
Yeah, I can see the chat in my window and I can see that we're both in this video call, but I can't see the regular live chat. Let me check something else.
Okay.
Thanks for bearing with us, Fight fans. We are trying this out for the first time. It's kind of hard to test it when you're not live and you're not with other people. You can do kind of a jillion, maybe, kind of, shouldas, wouldas, but until you're in the moment, you can't even really see what's going on. So thanks for joining us this morning and bearing with us while we get this all worked out.
We'll have Ohara Davies on in literally a few minutes joining us. You guys will be able to either tweet or in the live chat ask questions and we'll be able to answer them live.
Yes, yes. Be nice today, people. Be nice. It's very early and there's no need to be rude
time for that.
And trollish. Be nice, please. Thank you.
So anyways, my cup of coffee doesn't have Bailey's in it this morning and I'm kind of
Oh, hey, I can see the live chat if I go directly to YouTube. And oh, wow. Hey, everybody. There's a lot of you. Good morning. Hi, David Yates. Hi, Anonymous 1337. And
Jeandra, why can't I be a part of this? I don't see any of that.
You know what? I'm going to send you a text message and then just open this text message. I had to open it in a completely separate window. Oh. It's like I'm watching the live channel. Oh, how cool. Hey, MichelleJoyPhelps and Boxing Berry and Dark Horse.
The hair repair specialist with patented.
There we go. Turn that off. There we go.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay, so before we get started, just double checking on things. Are we able to see that we are live on my YouTube channel when we click it? Because I don't see it.
Yep.
We are able to see it.
We are able to see it.
Okay. Because I don't. As long as everyone else is able to see it, I'm cool.
I like the guy M&A Bahuyan says Michelle laughs like
basically. All right, Jeandra, I still can't see the live chat.
Oh, okay.
I see it. Just kidding. Oh, hey, y'all. There's a lot of you. Okay.
All right, it's on and popping now. Hey, Fight fans, what's up? It doesn't sound the same when I say hey, Fight fans.
It's all good, Jeandra. We'll make it work.
That's right.
Okay. I will start off. Hey, Fight fans. Thank you for tuning in for the very first episode of Hey, Fight Fans Live with myself and JeandraLebeauf, who will. Hey, we will be doing this weekly and having guests come on talking about boxing, current events, whatever it may be. And it allows for you, the fight fans, to ask the questions and they answer. So it's sort of like a hangout. It's very relaxed. Just have a good time. Try not to be too mean, you guys, because that's not cool. And that's really it.
That's it. Looking forward to talking to you. It's not often that I get to connect with the UK fight fans, so I'm very excited to talk to you guys. I get you guys a little bit on fight nights, but the time difference, so it's kind of Some of you are up, some of you are not, but I'm excited to be with my girl, Michelle. We've been friends for a long time, so excited to talk to you. Excited to talk to Ohara this morning. So good morning or good afternoon. What time is it there? Like noon?
It's 1 o'clock there.
Ooh, past tea time. Or is it always tea time in the UK?
It's always tea time there, Jeandra.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I actually am really curious, you guys, if you wouldn't mind in the comment section just saying your name and where you're from. Like, where are you tuning in from? I think it'd be really cool to kind of see, because I just saw someone write saying that it's, wait a minute, it's noon there?
Oh, yeah. Hey,
It's
hey,
noon
Mike
there.
Morgan.
You know what, Jeandra?
Hmm.
This is epic fail on our part. Listen to this. They didn't have the spring, spring forward, fall back thing.
Oh, that's right. Our time changed here in California last night, so it's really 5:11. Is it 5:11 or is it 6:11? Well, we're not failing too much. We got folks joining with us, and the more we go, I think everybody's wandering back from church and starting to have a little Sunday supper. What you guys cooking today? What's good? What's
All right,
really
I
going
guess
on?
I'm hanging out here for a minute because I didn't realize it's legitimately like noon there, and Ohara isn't set to come on until 1:10.
Whoops.
Let me actually see if he's free now.
Okay. What's up, Liverpool? What's up, Manchester? London, Liverpool, Manchester. Man, it's on. Doncaster. What's up, Doncaster? Sam George from London. Barbados. Whoa, somebody's on from Dallas. Oh, hey, I'm in Los Angeles. We're in Los Angeles. Giovanni Vida. Brighton, UK. Thailand. Good grief. Egypt?
Damn.
Okay, for those of you who are tuning in, while Michelle is reaching out to Ohara, what do you think? What are your thoughts on the Curtis Stevens fight last night? Where does he go from here? In his last fight, the one prior to the fight last night against our Canadian guy here. Ooh, it's early. I just had a complete David Lemieux against David Lemieux. What does he do now? Because that was a vicious knockout last night at the hands of David Lemieux. Where does he go on from here? Where does David Lemieux go on from here? He already got knocked out by Triple G. What do we do with him now? So type your thoughts in the live chat area. Okay, Neotech888 said Curtis is now a journeyman. DVD78 Canelo will call Stevens next. I'm no comment. Let's see, Lemieux versus Eubanks Jr. or Saunders. I'm anxious to see Billy Joe Saunders get in the ring with somebody here. Stevens has to establish himself as a contender.
I think that the fight with Saunders probably makes more sense business-wise than it does to put him in with Canelo because, you have Oscar De La Hoya who promotes both Lemieux and Canelo.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we're more than likely going to see a fight with Saunders than we would with Canelo.
I agree. Fight fans, what do you think about a fight between Canelo and Lemieux? Lemieux has that one punch power, but Canelo gets better every time he fights, gets better at cutting off of the ring. What are your early thoughts if Golden Boy comes back and says, we're going to pass over Triple G again, and we're going to do Canelo versus David Lemieux, and we're going to let the potential fight against Triple G marinate. We're going to let it marinate. What do you guys think about that? Do you like that, or should we just get on with it already?
But do people actually want to see a rematch with Triple G and Lemieux?
Nah, hell no, I don't.
I personally wouldn't want to. I mean, I don't see the outcome being very different. Now, what do you think of the fact that David Lemieux showed very obvious weight gain?
Yeah.
He's normally a lot more ripped. He says that he was in top shape. We know that his last fight got canceled because of his inability to make weight. So, do you think he should move up?
He should. I think if he moves up, though, he has the same problem that Adrian Broner has at 147. He might move up fight size, but he's not going to take the power with him. Let's see. Next weight class for him would be light heavyweight. And who's lingering at light heavyweight? Andre Ward, Sergey Kovalev, Adonis Stevenson. Yeah, I think all those guys knock him smooth. That's not a good look for him. He's just big, and he's just got to get the discipline back. I think that the problem with Lemieux is he's making some good money. He's just been eating good. He's been eating good. He got a lot of honeys now, and he's just not that same hunger is gone. I'm glad he cut his hair last night, though. He could see.
All right, for those of you guys that are tuning in right now, we were supposed to go live in an hour, or I guess 45 minutes your time here in the UK. We here in America had what we call spring forward, fall back. So in the spring, we go forward an hour. In the fall, we go back an hour. Apparently, y'all don't do that. So we're kind of early. So right now, we're just going to talk about some current events and things that are going on. What do you guys make of Floyd Mayweather saying, I am officially out of retirement and I want to fight Conor McGregor in June? Now, just before we get on that, I just want to let you guys know that I am absolutely confused as to why, you know, 1 minute he's saying I'm happily retired and it's not happening. And then literally within weeks, he's going back and saying, hey, I'm out of retirement. So I never really know how serious to take things because you don't know if he's going to change his mind in a week.
Right. Absolutely. I think
I'm going to grab a call. I'm going to grab a call trying to get him on the line 45 minutes early. So just bear with me.
Let's see. So while Michelle is checking that out, let's see. Let's change the Floyd is a Hey, I agree, fight fans. I don't think he's serious. He knows fully well that he can't fight Conor McGregor unless he gets the UFC sign off. But when Michelle jumps back on with us, we could talk about that a little bit more. I agree with Shul one that he'll beat McGregor very easily because he's not on that level. I agree with you totally. But it's easy for Floyd to make these kind of statements because he knows that Conor McGregor can't fight with him unless it goes through Dana White. And Dana White has made it very clear that they're not accepting a lowball offer. It's Dana White's opinion that Conor McGregor is a bigger star than Floyd Mayweather. So ain't happening. Saunders is fighting Triple G and June ringside this weekend. You know, I talked to Tom Leffler last week. He jumped on a podcast. I do another podcast with Raging Babe, Michelle Rosado. And he mentioned during our show that there was no deal in place, or maybe it was during the conference call, that there currently is no deal in place with Triple G to fight Saunders. But, you know, they all say that there's always negotiations and things going on behind the scenes. But currently that is not it.
All right, I'm back. My bad.
Hi, Phelps.
Okay. So, sorry, keep going. I apologize.
That's okay. No, I was just mentioning, I think if you have the sound on in your secondary window that you have open, make sure that you mute the sound so you don't get the feedback from both windows. But I was just mentioning that Floyd does this every few months where he talks about a potential fight against Conor McGregor. He knows fully well that Conor McGregor cannot fight him unless Dana White gives his okay, because he's still contractually obligated to the UFC. Now, Dana White has said in for pretty much anyone who will listen that he believes that Conor McGregor is a bigger star than Floyd Mayweather, and whatever Floyd currently offered him, a flat rate or whatever the offer was too low, and they ain't fighting with what he's currently offering. So Floyd can say that to the cows come home. It doesn't mean Conor McGregor doesn't want to fight him. It just means that Floyd need to come up off some more money. That's a cute cut.
Boom, drops the mic. Yeah, I mean, look, at the end of the day, I'm not going to sit here and bash that potential fight because lie, it's a great storyline. It's never been done. Floyd's notorious for making history, and we love that shit. But at the same time, asking Conor McGregor to completely ditch everything he knows to become just a boxer, I just don't see it happening. I just don't see it happening. Nor do I see it as competitive at all. I feel like this is a whose dick is bigger type of thing. Like whose ego. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't see it being competitive. I see Floyd Mayweather winning easily, absolutely easily, because Conor is not just a boxer. It's not. I mean, and we've already seen boxers try to do what Floyd's already done and try to defeat him, and it's not happening. These are guys who dedicate their whole lives to boxing. We got a guy who is MMA, you know, and then incorporating some boxing type moves.
I just don't see it being competitive. Maybe I'm crazy. I'm not hating. I'm just being honest.
Yeah, I completely agree. We've seen how boxers go. And the thing with Conor McGregor's style, it's not like Conor McGregor is a guy who has a big ground game where he is down on the canvas a lot. He likes to stand and go toe-to-toe. And if he stands and goes toe-to-toe with Floyd, it's not going to end well. Look what happened when McGregor fought Diaz. Diaz is no Floyd Mayweather by any means, but Diaz has some hands. And McGregor down, he went in the first fight. So fighting against an actual boxer,
Exactly. And it's like, at what point does Conor maybe accidentally try to go into his, you know, MMA moves, because that's naturally what he wants to do. He's going to try to take you down the canvas, and you know what I mean? Like, are we going to see something weird like that? Because I just don't see Conor boxing.
Not at all.
Boxer. I don't know. Great storyline, amazing storyline, fun. It's something that gives the rivals UFC boxing, you know, versus boxing. I like the storyline, but it's just not competitive whatsoever.
Hey, here's a question for the fight fans. What did you guys think? I always like to get the British impression. I want you guys to sound off on the Bellew versus Hay fight. I watched that one over here from California, and what did you guys think? Was David Hay totally brave? Was Tony Bellew very dominant? Was it the upset of the year? Let's hear some opinions on Bellew versus Hay. I like the fight. Would you guys want to see it again? What'd you think, Michelle? Would you want to see that fight again?
Yeah. I mean, shit, I missed the first one. I mean, I would have loved to be there to see that, but no, I do. I think that it's worth the rematch. I mean, you had both guys, you know, you had Tony Bellew, who had a broken wrist.
Yeah.
And then you had David Hay, who from the 6th round on fought with one leg. So yeah, it's absolutely the perfect storyline for a rematch. I was shocked, though. I was genuinely shocked. Not that I didn't think that Tony Bellew had what it took to take out David Hay, but, you know, just shocked just how it all went down, and seeing, you know, David go through the ropes, and you know what I'm saying? Like, it was just an overall exciting fight to watch. And that's really what the heavyweight division should be all about. It should be exciting like that. When you see a boring heavyweight fight, or a fight go the distance, 12 rounds in the heavyweight division, it's just, most of the time, it's just not that entertaining. But this fight, for the most part, all the way up until the 11th round, was very exciting.
Okay, let's see what some of you are talking about here. It was a tainted victory. Was perfectly fine. Shaking. Oh, that's not related to the fight. Hay and the public absolutely deserve a rematch. DVD 78 wants to see Wilder Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury. That's my guy there. Tyson Fury's an entertaining guy. What's going on with Tyson Fury? Have any of you guys, how often would you say, does anybody ever run into Tyson Fury out in those British streets? Anybody see him going into the supermarket and seeing what's going on? I wonder how often people really run into people out in the streets.
I don't care what anyone says about Tyson Fury. That man is hilarious. And he's really, really nice. So say what you want about him, but that man is everything that the heavyweight division needs.
I enjoy it. I think it's better with him in it. It's definitely not boring. Oh my God, ZCPC. ZCFC says he's home in KFC.
He put on some happy weight, shall we say.
Yeah, God bless him. He's trying to recover. He's trying to fight off his demons. Hey, God bless him.
Look, I ain't mad at it. If I became an instant, I wouldn't say instant, but if I had become a millionaire like that, I probably would put on some weight my damn self.
Holler. And he loves his wife. He has a happy family. I mean, shit happens.
Let him enjoy his life.
Yeah.
And you know what? What's funny about that is that for the most part, right? People who talk about other people's weight usually aren't in the best shape them damn selves.
Never are. They never ever are.
And these guys have to cut weight all the time. So it's not like how they look media week isn't how they walk around. I mean, these.
Right. Let me see. Who is somebody?
Let's take some questions. Let's look over to the chat. I'm actually going to jump on Twitter. Well, no, we're going to wait for Ohara to come on before we jump on Twitter and get those questions. But let's see. What do you guys make of Tyson Fury? And if he comes back, who would you like to see him fight? Who's the number one person you would like to see him fight?
I want to see him fight Klitschko again.
Would you? I would actually prefer to see him move on. I would like to see a fight against like a Deontay Wilder, eventually a Anthony Joshua. So I just think that a domestic fight between him and Anthony Joshua would sell ridiculous, but I think it would also do better if it's like a year from now.
You mean to tell me you don't want to see him fight against Cannon Briggs? Let's go, champ. Let's go, champ.
Yeah, but he's also American. He's American. So I wouldn't mind it. I'm just saying, like, in terms of like the UK rivalry, it would be really entertaining and it would sell very well. Well, everything sells well there. I mean, shit.
Guy Carter said he saw Tyson Fury at the train station, but he chickened out asking for an autograph. I don't blame you, bro. You never know how people are feeling that day. And Tyson Fury's a big dude. So no judgment from me. I don't blame you. I do not blame you. Hey, there's Mike Money. What's up, Mike Money? From New York, Michael Boyce. And he's asking, what did we think of Clarissa Shields on Friday? Unfortunately, I didn't see her fight. I had to go attend to some other business, but I'm going to watch it on replay. I saw a few highlights, and of course, she just looked like the beast that she is. So kudos to Clarissa Shields. She's a badass.
I'm just happy to see women finally getting the same rights as men in boxing. I mean,
no doubt.
You've seen it in other sports. You've seen women get more opportunity in other sports or in different fields. But for whatever reason, boxing is a bit old school with their ways. I mean, we should know that. We're women.
Right.
We in the industry, and we see there are really no women at all.
None.
At these events in terms of media, other than like publicists. I mean, there really are no women on the forefront. So right. We can understand. And I think that that's a fantastic representation of where this is going, where women in sports is going. So I'm all for it. I'm proud of her for breaking barriers, and I'm proud of other women who are coming up too and finally making names for themselves.
Absolutely. Mike Morgan says a Dylan White versus Tyson Fury press conference would be epic. You damn right that would be epic. They wouldn't shut up for the whole time they were on stage. I would pay some money for that. I like anything pretty much Tyson Fury is involved in. He is so hilarious. It doesn't even matter if you like the way he fights. He's entertaining. I would watch a show. He needs like a little show, or maybe make him a roving reporter during the fights. That would be so ignorant. I'd love it. I would be here for it.
All right, for those of you who are just tuning in now, I've seen a couple of comments where you're asking where Ohara Davies is. He is coming on, you guys, but I should kind of inform you that here in America, we have what we call spring forward, fall back, meaning we go forward an hour in the spring and then we go back an hour in the fall. And last night, or should I say this morning, that took place. I thought that was the same thing for the UK, but it's not.
We
It's apparently 12:30 over there for you guys. Well, it's still 5:30 here in America, and there's usually that 8-hour difference. So my bad. Now I know, but I didn't know that. So anyways, we're just kind of talking about current events while I'm trying to get a hold of Ohara and see if he can jump on early. So my apologies, but in the meantime, we're just talking about various topics. What about current events? What's going on in the world today? What do you guys make of our president? That's interesting. I know we think a certain way, but what do you guys think of, what was your initial reaction when you saw that Donald Trump was officially the United States president? What did you think, Jeandra? What was your initial reaction? I was personally sitting in front of the TV, and I was just staring at it like.
My official reaction, and it still continues to be this daily, is people really elected this man. I'm just in complete disbelief. Half of the country really elected this man, and I respect everybody's right to exercise their civic duty, but we really thought this was a good idea. But hey, I voted. My person didn't win, so here we are.
This is the thing, though. One of the things I'll say about it all is whether you like him or you hate him, people voted for him, and that's why.
Right.
So America spoke, and I just hate seeing people riot and make issues of things that really don't help the cause whatsoever.
Right.
So, another thing that I read.
I'm just afraid his crazy ass is going to get us killed. That's my fear, is that the rest of the free world is going to band together. They're going to form like Voltron and take us out. That's my biggest fear, because of something xenophobic he said, or crazy, or racist, or that's just my fear, that the rest of the world is going to kill us. Please don't kill us, rest of the world. We're not all crazy.
Don't hate us when we go overseas.
No kidding. I've always had a good time whenever I've left the United States. It's interesting how the perception when you leave the United States, everybody should be required to leave the United States every once in a while, because then it makes you more sympathetic, more open-minded, etc. If I had to leave the United States tonight and live somewhere else, I'm going to New Zealand. I love New Zealand. I love the people in New Zealand. New Zealand, the Maoris and Kiwis and the people down there love Black Americans. New Zealand, let me in. I'm coming through if I have to leave.
Let me in.
Let me be down. I love it down there.
Yeah. Babe, just out of curiosity, where do you see that video pop up on the home screen?
Which one?
I don't see it on the home screen.
Yeah, the live chat. Probably because it's your account. I'm gonna take a quick screenshot. When I go to the Behind the Gloves channel on YouTube as a regular person, it says MichelleJoyPhelps is live, and then when I click on it, I can see it. It's almost like it's in delay. I can see us in real time on our Hangout screens, but then when I look at it on the YouTube channel, I can see it's a little bit in delay.
I see it now. Okay, no problem. I just want to make sure that the link that we've given out, so when Ohara comes on, it was correct. I just wanted to double check and make sure. We are trying to get Ohara Davies on early, even though on all of our social media accounts we said he was going live at 1 p.m. your guys' time. So bear with us as we kill time. And
hey, I see something here that's funny. Copend09 is asking you, Michelle, have you ever spoken to Al Heyman? Have you ever spoken to Al Heyman?
That's actually a really good question. You know what? No. But actually, no. Oh my God, yes, I have. I've met Al Heyman. Just kidding. Duh. It was the Mayweather Andre Berto press conference in LA. And he's just was walking by and he just said hello and shook our hands. There was 3 of us. He shook our hands and kept it walking. It was like,
wow. It was like Santa Claus.
Elvis. I just saw Elvis. He is real.
I'm gonna. Oh, it won't let me do it. Shoot.
It wasn't the first time though.
The closest I ever got to meeting Al Heyman was I was in the lobby of the MGM and I was talking to Virgil Hunter and my back was to the lobby and I could see Virgil looking over my head at someone, but I just thought, like people were walking up, taking his picture or whatever. Yeah. But then Al Heyman popped up and shook his hand and I was so shook, like, oh shit, it's Al Heyman. And I have it all on video. And I was going to post a link in the live chat, but it won't let me post a link. I'll post it on Twitter. If you're following me on Twitter, I'll post the link right now. And you can see when Al Heyman steps up to end my shot. But I couldn't even hear him speak. He was so quiet. He was just like, hello. And then he just kept it popping with Sam Watson, and he was out of there.
Another time I saw him was when Marcos Maidana fought I can't think, Adrian Broner in Texas. And post-fight, Keith Thurman fought on the undercard. So I saw him greet Keith Thurman and I got it on video. So
nice.
I have that video posted on my channel somewhere where Keith Thurman and Al Heyman were talking. It was just me. Standing from a distance, had my lens super zoomed in, all TMZ style, paparazzi.
Oh shoot! What's up, Side One? We have somebody in the chat, in the live chat from New Zealand. What's up? I love New Zealand. I love it there. I'm coming to live there if I get put out of the United States. I'm coming down.
So let's talk about Kell Brook versus Errol Spence Jr. Good fight. Supposed to be happening May the 20th, live on Showtime and Sky Sports. Great competitive fight. I think a lot of people though a lot of people believe in Errol Spence, but I believe that a lot of people think that Kell Brook is just too experienced and strong, which I think this is a 50-50 fight. Maybe I'm wrong, but what do you think about the fight, Jeandra?
I love the fight. I've been wanting to see the fight for a long time. Kell Brook is experienced and he knows how to win. His technical ability is great. Then you have the young, hungry lion and Errol Spence, who's looking to make a name, put a big name on his resume. He's been waiting for the fight for quite a while now. And he may not have developed some technical things that only come with experience, but when you face a great opponent, it brings out the best in you. I love the fight. I can't wait to see the fight. It's an exciting fight. The UK is going to be rocking when this fight takes place. I'm excited to see it. I think it's a terrific fight, and it's going to be very competitive, and it's going to go to distance. Nobody's getting knocked out in that fight. I don't see anybody getting knocked out that fight. I love it. I love that fight.
I know that the Kell Brook fans are going to say otherwise in the chat. I already know it, but I agree with you 100%. I do not see anybody getting knocked out. It's definitely going the distance. Errol Spence is a really, really tough opponent.
Yeah,
he's no easy task. And credit to Kell Brook, even though people always want to give him shit by saying he's ducking so-and-so, and that's so not true. I mean, for crying out loud, the last person he was in the ring with was Gennady Golovkin.
Right.
No one wants to fight Gennady Golovkin. So the fact that he got in the ring with him and risked, putting his record on the line, losing his O, credit to him. I'm mad.
Oh, somebody said U.S. fans are dry. We're not dry. We're just not as demonstrative. Let's just say that. We're not as demonstrative. Let's see. We have a question from Twitter. What do you think of Angel Garcia, Chris Eubanks? Do you think he's good for Chris Eubanks and Angel Garcia? Do you think they're good for their sons? Or are they getting in the way? Hey, they're there to hype it up. They're there to sell tickets. I don't always like some of the things that are said, but they're not fighting. So as long as it gets attention to the fight, I didn't like the whole comments with Angel Garcia recently before the fight against Keith Thurman, but they're there to hype it up. I mean, who's to say my mom wouldn't wild out if I was going to fight somebody? That's their children. They're passionate about their children like any parent. So it is what it is.
I think for the most part, because their sons are so quiet, they kind of need that hype man next to them.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, let's be honest, like if we didn't have the antics of Angel Garcia, would we really, I mean, granted, Danny is talented, don't get me wrong, but would we see or really know of Danny Garcia the way that we know him now? If he didn't have someone kind of there hyping him up, promoting him. You know what I'm saying? Because he's just the type of guy that, look, I go to work and that's it. He doesn't do much. So if someone's not doing the talking, somebody's got to step in and do it for him.
Right. And this is not a new phenomena. I mean, Shane Mosley's dad was off the chain. Floyd Sr. is off the chain. Kenny Porter talks quite a bit more than Sean Porter. Dads are passionate about their sons. Look at fathers of people who play football or soccer or any other sports. The dads are just hype. In this case, he just happens to be the trainer as well. But fathers are going to be fathers, and they're going to support their sons. And I just wish they would few less N-bombs, please, Angel Garcia. Thanks.
Yeah,
few less those.
I feel like, he's crossed the line several times with some of the stuff he said. I know that back when Danny was facing Amir Khan, there were some remarks made there as well. And it's just rubbed a lot of people wrong. I mean, naturally it would. I'm sure you've met Angel Garcia several times.
Yep.
Several times. He's actually a really nice guy. He just says shit that sometimes you just think, they shouldn't have said that. Like, you're almost like, damn. But then, in his own weird way, he doesn't mean any harm.
Yeah, I agree with that. Angel Garcia, I've met him a number of times here in LA. And or even Ruben Guerrero. That's another wild one. Robert Guerrero's dad. But Angel Garcia was very respectful, very, very kind. I think it's just a persona thing. I think he gets caught up in the lights and the hype and the persona. But if you met him walking down the street, he's not gonna, N-bomb. That he's not like that when you meet him in person. It's persona. A lot of it's persona.
Just to let you guys know who are just tuning in, I just got a message from Ohara Davies, and he will be on in 20 minutes. So again, for those who are new to tuning in at this very moment, it was a time mix-up on my behalf. It was my fault. Ohara is not late. I was just early. So we will have him on shortly. If you guys want to just hold out and wait. Sorry, there's like this thing flying around. So yeah.
Let's see what some other headlines are that we can shoot the shit on. Excuse me.
What do you guys make of Joshua versus Klitschko?
Yeah.
That's a good fight. I'm going to be there for that one. I'm going to be there. And I'm more than likely going to be there for Kell Brook and Errol Spence Jr. as well. Those are just two fights I can't miss. What do you guys make of that?
Yeah, let's hear it. Let's hear it. The pack life, is that your response to Klitschko versus Joshua?
Wow. So everyone's expecting Joshua to knock him out within, some said 3 rounds, 5 rounds, 4 rounds. In case you hear a cat, that's my cat.
Oh.
Come here.
I'm just glad my little retarded dog is on the couch sleeping, so I hope he doesn't start barking for some weird reason.
I'll introduce everybody to my cat, Shadow. Come here.
Oh, cute.
Oh, kitty.
Oh, it's big.
Oh, he's a fat little. Look at.
That's a big cat.
He's a big kitty, huh? Oh, kitty, kitty. He's like, yeah, don't want you right now.
Yeah, too early. Too early. Let's talk boxing. Too early. Shadow, let's talk about some fights.
Okay, so wow, a lot of people, Jeandra, are expecting a stoppage between Klitschko and Joshua. A lot of them in favor of Joshua. When was the last time? I can't think at the top of my head. When was the last time, if ever, has Klitschko been stopped?
Let's see.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look that up because
Stopped as in like knocked down, knocked out.
just stopped in general. It could be. I don't think he's ever had the ref stop the fight on him.
Let's see. Layman Brewster
Okay. How long ago was that?
in 2004. So a long time ago.
Yeah. So you guys are, it's a lot of pressure on Joshua to stop him. Granted, he is older now. I get that. Yes, Lee just said has been stopped a couple times 10 years ago. It's been a long time though.
Mm-hmm.
A lot happens in 10 years. However, he is also getting older. So
I think it's going to be a competitive fight. I don't think that AJ is going to get in there and just knock him out. I could be wrong. AJ is a young, strong champion, but Klitschko experience always plays well. It will prolong the fight. It won't be short and sweet by any means. Klitschko has been a champion and he reigned for a long, long time. He had some distractions. I'm not going to make any excuses for him. He did have some distractions before the fight with Tyson Fury. But also another factor for Klitschko is he's been out of the ring since November of 2015. So age plus ring rust could be a factor too in the fight against Anthony Joshua. But regardless, this is a great fight for Anthony Joshua. Win or lose, it's a big name, it's a big fight, and it's the biggest test of his career. So I'm looking forward to it.
I would be very impressed. I'm not going to say shocked. I'll be very impressed if Joshua can stop Klitschko because even Tyson Fury couldn't do that. And we saw, it go the distance. So I would be very impressed if he stopped him. Granted, he has 100% knockout average. So, but then again, he's never fought anyone on the likes of Vladimir Klitschko. Absolute veteran, former sparring partner. He used to be in camp with Vladimir. I asked him at his last fight, post-fight, if he feels as if he, sort of knows, Klitschko's ways, like if he feels like that's an advantage for having been in the ring with him. And he said no. He said no, absolutely not, because sparring is very different than fighting. So he knows he's in for the biggest test. And here's the thing. I don't even think it's just the biggest, like a big stage, a big fight for him. It's like this could potentially be the biggest fight of his career for many years to come.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of pressure on AJ. He is basically the pride of England. So I can see, hopefully he is mentally prepared. I believe he is. He's always been a very, strong individual. Here is what I mean. So we'll see what happens.
I have a question for the fight fans. So we have the fight coming up with Klitschko Joshua, obviously. We just saw Deontay Wilder defeat Dominic Breazeale. We know that Anthony Joshua inked a deal here in the United States so that whenever he fights, his fights are shown on Showtime. Deontay Wilder fights on Showtime. So realistically, how far away do you think we are from a fight between Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder? 1 year, 2 years? How far away do you think we are from that fight? Drop your comments in the live chat or add us on Twitter. I'm really curious to see how long you think they'll let that fight marinate.
I personally think that that fight would happen. Okay, if Joshua wins, I could see it happening at the end of the year. If Joshua loses, I don't see that fight happening for a couple of years. Because aside from, God, my brain, I need more coffee.
So who are you telling?
Aside from Vladimir Klitschko, who do you have?
Right.
Wilder.
Yeah,
And many people would actually argue Deontay Wilder's above him because he has the title, the WBC title. But I'm talking about veteran-wise and the respect-wise of, you know, this is the guy who's reigned for so long. I still see him as up there, even though he doesn't have his titles. So I feel like if he wins, we'll see the fight later this year. If he doesn't win, you know,
we'll see what happens. And yes, correct. You're correct, fight fans. Please forgive me. Not Dominic Breazeale, Gerald Washington. Dominic Breazeale fought on the undercard, and he and Wilder had the alleged tussle in the lobby afterwards. So thank you. You're correct. It was against Gerald Washington, not Dominic Breazeale. So, hey, is Dominic Breazeale going to be the next fight? They're both Heyman guys. We'll see what we get. And we'll see what happens with AJ after the Klitschko fight. Yeah, but looking at the heavyweight division right now, what do we got going on here? At the top of the division, we've got Bermane Stiverne, who really wants to see that fight against Wilder again. He said he was dehydrated going into the fight. How a heavyweight gets dehydrated before a fight is beyond me since they don't have to cut weight. We've got Luis Ortiz atop the WBA. AJ, of course, is the IBF champion. We got Joseph Parker atop the WBO. So Wilder has been campaigning for a fight against Joseph Parker, allegedly. He didn't want to fight before, but now he wants to fight. I don't think the Joseph Parker fight happens next. I think the Dominic Breazeale fight happens next, and Joseph Parker happens with whatever. Maybe Joseph Parker and Anthony Joshua fight each other in the future, and then we get the Wilder versus Joshua fight. Should they all be successful in their respective bouts? Maybe we'll get it in early 2018 or something. Maybe we'll get in January 2018. Who knows?
Did you see where Dylan White actually called out Dominic Breazeale?
Really? Yeah. No, I didn't see that.
To fight him next. We have an interview on our channel from Abbas Hussein, who's our UK editor, interviewed Dylan White and said Dylan was like, he wants Dominic Breazeale next. I don't see, to be honest with you, I see Dominic taking that because there's money in the UK.
Hello.
Take that money, take that paycheck, take the opportunity.
You UK fans, I appreciate that so much about UK fight fans. You people really support your fights. Every time there's a fight, 30,000 people, 40,000 people. I love it. You fans are probably the greatest fans on earth. You turn out in groves for a fight. I hope I got to get over there with you guys. I just want that atmosphere. The biggest fight I've ever been to in the U.S. was probably Sergio Martinez versus Chavez Jr. when they fought at the Thomas and Mack Center years ago in Las Vegas. Personally, that's the biggest fight I've ever attended in terms of attendance, not in terms of height, but in terms of attendance, and it was rocking in there. So I can't even imagine what 30, 40, 50,000 people screaming at a fight is like. I got to get over there.
It's unlike anything you're ever going to experience. I'm not going to say never, but I don't know what fight we would have to see here for you to experience what the UK fight fans do. And maybe that would be Canelo Triple G at the Cowboy Stadium. Maybe, you'd get to experience it there. But even then, like when we were watching Floyd Mayweather fight Manny Pacquiao, even when Leo Santa Cruz fought on the undercard, right?
Mm-hmm.
Crickets. Crickets. No one cared. All they wanted was the main event. Whereas in the UK, they're cheering for the guy who has 4 fights. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
they're really in it, and they're very supportive, and that's one of the things that I absolutely love about them. I'm not saying, there's anything wrong with the American fight fans or the Mexican fight fans or the Filipino fight fans, wherever, but I'm just saying there's just something really awesome, very, I can't even really think of the right word, to be honest, but I think that their energy is so electric that you can literally feel the goosebumps when someone's coming out.
I just want to learn all the songs. I just like all the, there's only one Tyson Farrell. I just want to learn the songs. I want to feel included. I want to hear all the chants and all the Winter Wonderland type songs. I want to learn the songs. We don't have any good songs. What do we do here? USA, USA. That's about it. We have no cool chants. Maybe we should think of our own fight, like our own Hey Fight Fans kind of chant. And we're going to do it at fights. We're going to think, there's only one kind of fight fan. Like, maybe we'll think of something like that. We're going to come up with our own. We're going to come up with our own chants. Oh yeah, Sweet Caroline is a good one. Sweet Caroline is used a lot at football games too. Sweet Caroline is epic.
He said, there's only one type of fight fan. I think if someone came up to me and actually did that, I probably would kiss them. It'd be so funny.
Oh, you heard it right here.
Kiss them on the cheek.
Y'all better start working on that fight fan chant. You just heard it. She's going to come out to England pretty soon. Come on, Hussein. Thanks for sticking along with us in our banter this morning. Ohara will be joining us in just a moment. Yes. We fell victim to daylight savings time here. We forgot about our time change here in the U.S., so bear with us, please.
He just messaged me. He said he'll be on in 6 minutes, guys. 6 minutes. 6 minutes. So, yeah. So get your questions ready for Ohara. He says there isn't a question he won't answer because he's a right. Unfiltered. I like that. I'm going to refuel my coffee because I know I'm going to need it. So I will step away for 2 seconds.
All right, cool. Yeah, Ohara, when we FaceTimed Ohara a few days ago as we prepared for this fight. And Ohara said he's ready to talk about anything. He does not care. So get all the questions, all the things that you ever wanted to ask Ohara Davies, and he is going to answer them. Let's see. CFC, ask him why he dodged Scott Startle. I'm going to write it down.
Make sure you get their names so we can shout them out. Tell them to add their names to their questions.
Okay, cool. What's your questions? For your questions, make sure that we can see your name. If you'd rather him use your Twitter name so that he can get back on and troll you and find you in the streets, make sure you let us know that too. Oh shoot, I lost it. Zest CFC, would you mind typing your question one more time? Why did he dodge? I'm sorry, it was scrolling too fast. The which fighter you said? If you could type that again, Zest CFC, and we'll ask him that. Carlton Palmer, Michelle is not taking a dump. She is in fact having some coffee. She may take a dump afterwards if you're interested in that sort of thing, but no, she was getting some more coffee. Okay, Scott Cardle. Thanks, Zest CFC. Let's see, Kieran. Ask him when he's coming to Liverpool again. I like that name, Kieran. It's a classy name.
That's my friend has, my friend's name is Kieran.
I like that name. I like British names. Oh, and Joshua Taylor and Josh Taylor. Got you covered, Zest. Who would you say is the best fighter in your weight class? That's a good question, Greg Styles.
Okay, can we just say how odd this is? I'm looking at my Twitter, and it says that something posted on my behalf in Russian. Look.
Nice.
Whoa.
Здравствуйте. Меня зовут JeandraLebeauf. That's the extent of my Russian.
That's hilarious, though. Like, that was this video. When it went live, it tweeted out to people in Russian.
That's dope. Russia, stand up. Neotech888, what made you two ladies get into boxing? With me, my father was a big boxing fan, and I watched a lot of boxing with my dad growing up. My godfather around the corner was a heavyweight prospect and contender in the 50s, and I always liked the sport. We're a big sports family. I kind of like to write a little bit, and it just turned into a passion. It all started because I was tweeting about fights in 2012, and someone saw me and said, hey, you should write about it. And I thought, oh, I don't really like to write. But here we are in 2017 after all that. That's kind of the short version of the story. What about you, Phelpy?
It's a funny story, actually, because I get asked this quite often. I have always enjoyed boxing, but I just started recording myself talking about boxing, like whatever fight was on that night. If I had time, I would just do it. And all of a sudden, I started getting asked by other outlets, hey, do you want to cover this fight for us? We saw your videos. And I'm like, I've never done an interview with the fighter in my life. So I started doing it, and one thing led to another, and here I am. It's really, in a nutshell, that's how it happens. It was so...
What makes us stay in boxing, however, is a whole nother conversation. So you have to have drinks with us to get that story.
Yeah, we're going to have to do cocktails with Hey Fight Fans live. Cocktails edition.
That'd be you guys need to stop trolling. That'd be a whole nother show.
Oh, I did that. I've done that on this this Facebook group called Boxing Banter, where I called out a lot of people who had a lot of stuff to say about me.
And you know what? Like, can we touch on that real quick? Ohara's about to jump on because I see he's retweeting the show link. And why are y'all so mean? You guys like to tune into the videos and everything. Why are y'all so mean to Michelle? Jesus Christ. Calm down. Would you talk to your mother, your sister that way? Jesus. Behave already.
For the
But
most
you
part,
all in the chat group have been pretty awesome this morning, so I'll give you that. Everybody in the chat group has been great.
Yeah, he's going to be joining us just in a few minutes, guys. Sorry, I have to fix something down here.
Whew, I haven't had any coffee. I don't know if I want to stay awake or...
Do you know who gets a lot of
sleep?
Shit too?
Who?
Is Eddie Hearn. A lot of shit online and from people, and I think he's great. I think he's great for the sport. I don't understand what the problem is. People just don't, like, a lot of people just don't like him.
I haven't met him yet. I've seen him from a distance, but I haven't had a chance to meet him. I've always wanted to talk to him, so hopefully I'll catch up with him in 2017. He seems like a pretty jovial, pretty classy guy, so hopefully I'll get a chance to talk to him pretty soon.
A lot of people don't understand he has a dry sense of humor, so sometimes they might take him seriously. One of the things I like about him is that he's able to take a joke, he's able to roll with the punches, he likes to interact with people, like him or hate him. You know, even if he's hating on you, he'll still talk to you. So I don't know. I think he's great for today's generation. I think why he's so successful is because he really kind of relates to, you know, online, social media. I mean, if it weren't for him taking the chance, even with me and Coogan at the time, we were one of the few doing interviews with our, you know, just our cameras and hustling in that way. And a lot of other promoters or whoever it was didn't really take us very seriously. And now, you know, we're doing a little better.
Oh my God. Somebody said Eddie Hearn is the UK Don King. Oh my God.
Wow.
Oh my God. You guys are fun. I'm not even really repeating some of the Griffy joke. Well, you guys are funny.
Some of the shit that they're typing, I'm like, ooh. Out loud.
You guys said it. We didn't say it. You guys said it, and we respect your right to say it. Oh, the pack for life. Chill. He's coming. Chill. He's coming. You gonna call him out? Where you want to fight him at? Pack for life. Pack for life wants to call out Ohara Davies. Where you want to fight him at?
Ohara just messaged, and he said that he is going to be on in 3 minutes.
3 minutes. 3. 1, 2, 3. 3 minutes until Ohara Davies. So what can we do in 3 minutes? You can do a lot in 3 minutes. Don King is still promoting fights. Harry Webb 46. He still has some guys. He has Bermain Stavern still. He has Amir Imam, I believe. He still has him. And he had somebody recently. I can't think of one of his fighters fought recently, but Don King wasn't at the fight. Probably somewhere chasing Donald Trump. But yeah, he still got guys. He still got guys that fight. Oh, yeah, that's a good topic. That's probably a lengthy topic, but since we're killing time, somebody just said that Pacquiao ducked Khan. Are you guys disappointed that this fight is not going to happen between Manny Pacquiao and Amir Khan? What do you guys think about that? When I heard it, I didn't really have a problem with the fight per se. I mean, why not? But the money, I guess the money didn't materialize, and it looked like Bob Arum wasn't a fan of the fight anyway, so... What did you guys think about that? Amir Khan, Manny Pacquiao, and that fight not happening?
Guys, fighters often get approached by, unnamed investment groups. And they get approached with an X amount of dollars, Look, at the end of the day, if they don't come forward with the money, it just doesn't happen. $38 million is a lot of money to put. Yes. Do the math. You don't just have to, they're not just going to ask for them to make back 38. They want it's an investment. They want money on top of that. So I think they were asking for way too much of either fighter. I mean, I think they would each have to do like 1 million pay-per-view buys in order to even recoup the cost to make the fight. So that's why Bob Arum kept saying like, it's just bullshit. Like it's fantasy lands basically. It's not happening. There's no way that's happening. So
that's a lot of babies to kiss and old ladies to walk across the street to make back the 38 mil and then some. That's just the 38 mil to get it started.
That's what I'm saying. Like not including what they want to make off on top of that. No one wants to just put up the money just to have the fight. They're putting up the money because they want to make some money back. So you're asking unrealistic numbers for them to have to do. Khan and Pacquiao would have to do. I think if I'm correct, over 1 million pay-per-view buys each.
Oof.
That means that, mind you, a lot of people buy pay-per-view, right? And they buy one per household.
Right. And you invite 20 friends over.
So you're asking for a hell of a lot. And I just don't see it. As great of a fight as it would be and could be, I just don't see it ever happening as long as Pacquiao is with Bob Arum, because I know it does seem like there's a little bit of a personal vendetta there, isn't there, between Bob and Khan? There's something that someone said something at some point. He's just not really wanting to do business with them.
Not at all. He was not receptive to that at all.
Maybe it's the Al Heyman tie, who knows?
Maybe.
But
maybe.
That's not happening at this point anymore.
Whew. Let me, the pack wants to know if I'm woke. I'm awake, and I like to think I'm woke. I'm kind of woke. Power to the people. I try to stay woke.
Guys, we have Ohara coming on at any moment.
Woohoo! Ohara Davies was lit. I saw that video of him, and I saw the stories coming out of England about him and Floyd. And I'm like, ooh, Ohara is lit. I want to talk to him.
Exactly.
I like anybody who is not going to just idly stand by while somebody's talking crazy to him. I don't blame you, Ohara. I'm looking forward to talking to you. I want to know what's good.
He also said that no question is off limits. Granted, watch your language.
Yeah.
But you guys can feel free to ask him whatever it is you want. Mind you, be mindful that if we answer one question and you're asking questions right after we're answering one, yours might not get seen. So just bear with us. And if you have to ask in a minute again, then just ask again. That way we can make sure we try to get as many questions as we can in while we have him live.
You may have noticed some of you have probably tried to spam us this morning. Ha ha ha. We knew you were going to do that. We turned that off. You can't just pepper us every 5 seconds with the same question over and over. Blame your spammy friends for that. We've had to put the delay on, and we've had to put that feature on just so we can keep it flowing, so that we can make sure we see as many comments as possible.
Exactly. We are trying over in these parts.
Yes, yes.
It is
And we thank you again.
It is 6:10 a.m. here.
Whew.
We woke up pretty early for y'all. I woke up at 3 o'clock this morning, to be honest.
Whew. I had to sleep on the couch because if I would have gotten in my bed, I'd still be there. So I slept on the couch to make sure I got up on time. Good morning, fight fans, or good afternoon. Hey, fight fans. Woo-hoo! It's not as cute when I do it as it is when Michelle does it, but I'm a swag jacker a little bit today.
I appreciate you. You are part of Hey Fight Fans Live. Just so you guys know, thank you for tuning in for the very first episode of Hey Fight Fans Live. We will be coming to you guys weekly with special guests where you guys are able to do exactly what you're doing now, chat with us. Oh, we have Ohara Davies on.
Ohara Davies! Woo!
In the house.
Good
I'm sorry. Good morning. I just wanted to say I'm sorry. I never knew about the time changes in America, and yeah.
I had no idea that you guys didn't have the same time change. I thought we all shared spring and fall. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't realize we had to do things differently over here in America. I guess we're just difficult like that. So, no, but thank you. We've actually had the fight one for an hour now. So thank you guys for, for those of you who actually have been tuned in the whole hour. We now have you here. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Just enjoying my time off. I had my fight last weekend, and just really enjoying my time off, enjoying life a bit.
Can I just say that I started doing boxing lessons, and you guys, and mind you, mine's just like shadow boxing and shit.
Mm-hmm.
You guys put your bodies through so much crap.
Yeah.
And it hurts. Like, do you feel like you get hit by a train after you're like next 2 days after your fight?
No, to be honest, after when I won the WBC silver title, my body was in bits for days. That was because that went the whole 12 rounds. But my last fight, because there was only 3 rounds, I was okay the next morning. I literally didn't feel anything.
I feel everything, and I'll go 3 rounds of shadow boxing. Credit to you guys. So
I have a quick question for Ohara. Ohara, when you're preparing for a fight, of all the things that you do in camp, what do you like the least other than the dieting?
What do I like the least in camp? By far, the dieting. I've got a nutritionist that does all of my meals, so I literally have to eat what I'm given. And sometimes I just want to have a burger, or I might want to have like a toasty sandwich, but I can't. I've literally got it. I have to eat what I'm given, and it don't taste the best, but it is really healthy. It is really healthy, and that's what I have to eat.
Ohara, how do you deal with the abuse online?
How do I deal with the abuse? To be honest, I don't really mind it. I feel like it depends on your character. They've got certain people that would really get in their mind, but with me, I just literally look at it all, and I'm laughing at myself. I see people making jokes about me, and I literally sit there, and I'm laughing at myself at times. It just never really affected me in that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before we let's somebody wants to know if you were at Sugar Hut last night. I'm not sure what Sugar Hut is.
Sugar Hut, that's a club in Essex. But
Someone's
at the moment, at the moment, I'm in Manchester. I've been there for a few days now, so yeah, that wasn't me
What's
at
the
Sugar.
weather like right now?
Cold,
Shitty.
cold, yeah, really cold. I'm probably gonna take a little break, go out to Spain so I can get a bit of sun because England's way too cold at the minute.
So we have a lot of people who've been kind of talking about that outburst you had in Liverpool.
Yeah.
Do you regret saying any of the things that you said? Was it a heat of the moment? You know, sometimes you just get all riled up and you say things and
Yeah.
you're like, damn, maybe I shouldn't have said that. Or
Yeah.
did you really feel and say the things that
Sometimes some of the things I said, a lot of things I said was all in the heat of the moment. Like I'm only human and I did get annoyed. I never let things really get to me, but that day they got to me. And you know, one thing that I called them about £7 an hour, I used that to abuse them, and that's what I regret saying. But some of the things that they said about me, like they said a lot of bad things about me first, but obviously the media aren't really going to pick up on that. They're just going to go and pick up on the one bad thing that I said, and they're going to use that against me. But like at the end of the day, I'm only human. I received a lot of abuse from them, so I did kind of lash out and I said the first thing that came to mind. And that was the first thing that came to mind.
is there something you want to say to the Liverpool fans? Do you want to apologize for saying that, or
Do I want to? I couldn't hear that.
I was saying, like, you know, because you said that it was the heat of the moment and
Yeah.
that one of the things you regretted saying was like the £7 an hour thing. Because, you know, hats off to those who work,
Mm.
you know, no matter what your wage is. But I understand that it was the heat of the moment. So do you want to say something to them? Do you want to maybe apologize or say, like, my bad?
Apologize, no, because I haven't received an apology. So I believe that it works. I believe that it works both ways. I received lots of abuse from them online. I received a lot of abuse on online, and it seems like since the fight's been done, they haven't said anything online. They haven't apologized for what they said or anything. So
What did
all I
they,
can, pardon,
what did they say?
they were saying a lot of stuff. I can't even remember what they said right now. But if you watch it on the video, they were literally shouting a load of things at me. But I can't think of anything. I can't think of any of it right now at this minute.
I know that during that press conference as well, we had David Hayes said that there were a lot of racial slurs thrown at him.
Yeah.
Were
Yeah.
you receiving racial slurs thrown at you as well?
From what I remember, I don't remember receiving any racial slurs thrown at me. I know that I did get called a cunt. I got called an idiot. Like they called me every other word, but I didn't hear any. I didn't hear anything racial thrown at me. If I did, I would have reacted in a much worse way than I actually did, and I would have said a lot worse things than I actually said. But I didn't. I didn't hear anything racial being thrown at me. David Hay probably did, but I didn't hear it.
Jeandra, Ohara, we have a live chat going right now where the fight fans want to ask you some questions. Do you have, Jeandra, do you have any that you want to ask him on behalf of the fight fans?
Sure. I will start with, since when we spoke to you a couple of days ago, you said there were no questions that were off the books, that you would answer everything. I'm going to start with one of the chatters, Zest CFC. He wants to know, why did you dodge Scott Cardle?
I never dodged Scott Cardle. When I was at lightweight and I won the English title at lightweight, as soon as I won that, I pulled out Scott Cardle. I went online, I called him out on Sky Sports. I called him out for weeks, and nothing really happened. So if he wanted that fight could have easily been made. But obviously he had other options, and he chose to take the other options. I duck and dodge no one. There was literally no one that I wouldn't fight. As long as the money's right, I'd fight anyone. But I was the one more calling out Scott Cardle because he was above me when I was up and coming. I was more looking up to him, trying to take what he's got. And so I did call him out, but he didn't respond. So because he didn't respond, he obviously didn't fancy the fight.
Okay. I have another one from Greg Styles. Greg Styles wants to know, who is the best fighter in your weight class, in your opinion, aside from yourself? You can't say yourself. You have to say someone else.
I say it's out of two fighters, Terence Crawford and Ricky Burns. Ricky Burns trains in my gym. He's my stable mate. And he is a world champion, and so is Terence Crawford. But they did fight in the past, and Terence Crawford won. So I'll say Terence Crawford, and then I'll say Ricky Burns.
Okay. Well, which brings us to Carlton Palmer wants to know, would you ever fight Ricky Burns?
Would I ever fight Ricky Burns? At the minute, that fight is I don't see that fight happening at the minute. But then again, it's with boxing. Me and Ricky are friends. Me and Ricky are friends. We train in the same gym. We've got the same manager, coach, and promoter. So we are more gonna try and stay out of each other's paths as much as we can. Then again, it's boxing, and I feel like you can't eliminate anything. Anything is a possibility in this game. It's just business. So if me and Ricky did ever fight, it wouldn't ever affect our friendship. It would just be business. But it's boxing. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. But at this minute right now, Ricky Burns is someone that I look up to. I see him in the gym, and I look up to him. I'm not looking at Ricky Burns as a future person that I could face in the future. I'm looking at him like someone that I'm looking up to and someone that I'm learning from. But in boxing, anything can happen.
When you look at some of your past opponents, what would you say has been your toughest fight to date?
My toughest fight today has been Andrea Scarpa. He's the person that I fought against when I won the WBC silver title, and that went the whole 12 rounds. Before that fight, I had never been past round 6, and that fight went the whole distance. So that was by far my hardest fight.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. So we know you weren't at Sugar Hut, so let's cross that off. We got that out of the way because that's really important. We need to know. Kieran S. wants to know, when are you coming to CFC? Is that a club too?
I've never heard of it. CFC.
Okay, so sorry, Kieran. We're not sure. Kieran, if you're still in the chat group, give us a little bit more clarification. Let's see.
Going live on Facebook, trying to let everyone know that we are.
Wait to the Facebookers, Ohara, so they know that you're up and live with us in the UK.
Hi everyone on Facebook. This is Ohara Davies live right now. So make sure you tune in, and I'm answering all questions.
There you go.
Oh my God. Okay, so CFC apparently is a chicken place. You are at home, so we don't know when you're going to go to the chicken place again. I guess it's like KFC.
I've been to since my fight's been done. I've been to McDonald's, Burger King, Five Guys, Gourmet Burger, literally every known burger shop out there.
But have you been to In-N-Out?
Right.
I've never heard of that, to be honest. I don't think we have them in the UK.
Oh my God.
Shameful. Shameful.
I literally don't think we have that in the UK.
You don't have it in the UK, but
No.
Have you been to California?
Never been there.
Okay, well, that explains it. We can go ahead and write them off. It's okay.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, here's a question for the fight fans. Rohil Hussein says, would you fight Gervonta Davis? Good question, because Gervonta was there with Floyd when this whole thing popped off with you guys. What's your thoughts on Gervonta Davis? So we're asking on behalf of Rohil Hussein. Thanks for your question.
Me and Floyd had an argument over that the other day. So I'm weighing 140. I'm the WBC silver champion at 140. He's a world champion at 130. So when I see Floyd was more trying to compare me to him. And I was like, I'm 10 pounds above him. You can't compare me to him. So Floyd was like, oh, but he's a world champion, blah, 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 blah. So I said to Floyd, if he can come up and weight, I would take that fight right now. And I would beat him. And I would beat him. You know, he is the only world champion that Floyd's got. So Floyd's just been Floyd's had his head up his ass.
Floyd has Badu Jack.
No, he's vacated it. Badu
Oh,
Jack's
that's right.
vacated.
He just moved up. Just kidding. My bad.
Yeah. So he's the only world champion that Floyd's got. So Floyd's just like, I don't know, like he's just obsessed about obsessed about him. I could have said that I weighed 190 pounds, and Floyd he still would have said, but you won't beat Jeandra Davies.
Mm.
Like to Floyd, this guy is like God, and I was like, you can't compare me to him. But like, if you think that he can have me, then tell him to come up and wait, and we can and we can make this fight happen. And then I said to Floyd, if not, any other fighter you've got at 140 pounds, I'm ready to take him out, because Floyd really got on my nerves that day when I saw him, and I really want to beat one of his fighters just to shut him up a little bit.
What do you make of Floyd Mayweather? I mean, obviously, I remember reading. You respect him because he is one of the best of our time.
Yeah.
What do you make of him as a person?
In my eyes, in the ring, Floyd is the best ever. In my eyes, like I still watch Floyd, even though I don't like him as a person. I still watch him every single day because I learn from him in the ring. But I feel like outside of the ring, he's a bit weird. Like, he's really weird outside the ring. I don't know what it is, but literally, like, I haven't really met Floyd like that. Even though I've been up his gym, I haven't ever sat down and spoken to him or anything. But so I didn't know him like that. But until I met him the other day, and he was just like a complete weird person. And I don't know what it is, but he's like surrounded by a bunch of slaves that carry his clothes everywhere he goes and that lick his feet. That's what I think of him as a person. But then again, in the ring, he is the best, and I feel like no one compares to him. But I definitely won't be making a trip to go see him if he's ever in town again.
Mm.
When you approached him and he reacted the way that he did back at you, were you shocked?
No, I wasn't shocked because me and Floyd had a back and forth before that. Because I was in the queue waiting to get my picture with him, and then when I got to the front of the queue, everyone was like, this is a current WBC silver champion. He was like, how much you weigh? I was like 140. He's like, but we got Jeandra Davies at 130. He can beat you, all that kind of stuff. So I was like, cool, this is Floyd. I don't really want to argue with him. I don't want to start anything. But afterwards, when I sat down and I had to think, and I felt like I got disrespected. So that was why I said I'm gonna go backstage and I'm gonna let him know what I think. But he totally went off on one. And I did expect that because I've heard things about him, like anyway. So I knew that he was gonna be like loud and all that stuff. But then even after that footage, we had another argument outside when he was sat in the car. But that wasn't on camera. But that's what I did expect of him. But if I see him again, pardon?
What happens there?
In the argument outside is when he was sat in the car, and he was more saying, what champion are you? And I was like, WBC silver. And he was saying, no, the WBC only comes in gold, blah, blah, blah. He does have a point, but then again, I was like, I'm higher ranked in the 140 division in every governing body than every fighter you've got in your stable. So you can't try to discredit what I've achieved. Like, I felt like he tried to discredit me because I'm not a world champion yet. I feel like he tried to discredit everything that I've done because I'm not signed to him. I'm thinking you've signed a bunch of bums. You've got one world champion right now and one good fighter, Badu Jack, and you're living off their names. But everyone else in your stable is not on my level. Pound for pound, they're not on my level. So that was it.
Jeandra, do you have any questions from the fans?
The fans are the respectful ones or the disrespectful ones? The fans are going wild here. Well, I'll ask you a question. You mentioned Terrence Crawford and Ricky Burns. Looking at your division, what are some fights that you want to see happen in your weight division that interest you? What are some matchups that you would like to see that don't involve yourself?
The only fight I'd like to see really that doesn't involve myself in my weight division is Ricky Burns v Terence Crawford. I feel like that would be a good fight. The first time they fought, that was that 135 pounds. So this is at a new weight at 140. I'd like to see how that gets on. As long as Ricky Burns wins his next fight, he'll be the IBF and the WBA, and Terence Crawford would have the other two. So that would be a massive fight. So that's the only fight I like to see at this minute.
Everyone wants to know when you're coming back to Liverpool.
When I'm coming back to Liverpool, I don't know. I don't know. I'll probably be there in a few weeks. You know, checking out the clubs.
Okay, so when you see Ohara out, you know, don't troll him like you're acting in this chat group. He might swing on you. Be careful. Let's see. A number of people are asking, what world title do you want to fight for first? I've seen that from a few different people, from Anthony Gudgeon, and someone else asked it too in the chat group.
I don't think it really matters. It don't really bother me which world title I fight for first, as long as they're either IBF, WBC, WBO, or WBA. But obviously, the best one is the WBC. So that's my favorite one. So if I had the choice, that's the one that I'd like to win first. But if not, you know, any of the other four would do.
I got a question from. Ooh, I just lost him. Hold on one second. I want to make name. Let's see. Jeez, where did it go? My bad. Oh, from Michael Schofield. He wants to know, will you fight Theophane at 140, the TMT fighter?
Most definitely. Like I said, there's no one that I'm trying to avoid. You know, me and Ashley, I know Ashley well. Me and Ashley are good mates. But what Floyd done to me the other day and what he said, I felt really disrespected. So me and one of his fighters are gonna have to fight because I need to shut him up. So you know, if Ashley's up for it, then I'm bang up for it.
A question that I was asked yesterday on Twitter. Granted, I know that this would be a move up in weight, but some people were saying, what about fighting Amir Khan at 147 now that he has no opponent? What do you make of that? And you know, are you even interested in possibly going to 147?
Yeah, 100%. I wouldn't, you know, going up to 147 wouldn't be hard. I haven't really thought about that. I'm actually going to speak to my team about that. But yeah, fighting Amir Khan would be good. He's someone that I've looked up to for years and years and years. But now I'm there now. Now I'm there. I'm ready. You know, I can fight with these guys that I've been looking up to for years, and I can beat them. So you know, that's a fight that makes sense. So I will be making a few inquiries about that after this.
We have another question from the fans. They want to know, how long do you think Klitschko versus Joshua will go?
I reckon Joshua KO win in the first, probably round 7, round 7, round 8. Round 7, round 8. I don't think it goes the distance.
We were just saying that the last time Klitschko was stopped, when was that again? Like 10 years ago, Jeandra?
2004 or 2005 against Lehman Brewster.
So basically, since he hasn't been stopped since then, do you feel that Anthony Joshua has what it takes to do what even Tyson Fury wasn't able to do?
Yeah, 100%. They said the same thing about Kevin Johnson when he fought against Kevin Johnson. Kevin Johnson, he had never been stopped, I believe, and Joshua was the first one, and he stopped him early. So I believe that he's you know, he's the new best thing. He's the new best thing, and he's breaking records. Like, he's been breaking so many records since he's got in this game that now, no, I doubt that there's a record that he won't be breaking. So, you know, I believe that he can do it.
Do you believe that Anthony Joshua has what it takes to be the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world? Like he will be the only one standing with all of the belts.
I believe that he does have what it takes. I don't think it will be easy because they've got a lot of good heavyweights, and they're all hungry, you know, and they're all looking to like dethrone him. You know, they all want to dethrone him. They're all coming after him. So I feel like it won't be easy, but it can definitely be done as long as he's consistent and he's on his A game.
Joseph Bakary, I hope I'm saying that right, just asked, does Ohara think that Joshua has better boxing skills than Tyson Fury?
I don't know. I haven't really seen that much of Tyson Fury. I can't really comment on that.
Let's see. I got a couple for you. Let's start with Tahir Ali wants to know, who is a fighter that's active between 140 and 147 that you think will be a perfect match for you skills-wise?
It don't really matter, to be honest. I think I beat anyone up on the other side of the ring, to be honest. There isn't, like, there's not one person that I'm saying, yeah, I want to fight him. I would literally fight anyone. But at this minute, I want to fight someone that's signed to TMT, only because I want to shut Floyd up. And yeah, so you know, at this minute, for my next fight, I would like it to be someone that's signed to Floyd. But if not, anyone else can get it, to be honest. I don't see myself losing.
And another from Tutor. Tutor wants to know, Tyson Fury is often alluding to the fact that most people in the sport use PEDs and performance drugs. Is that Tyson Fury trolling, or is there a lot of unspoken stuff that goes on in boxing?
We all know that I feel like there is a lot of unspoken stuff that goes on in boxing, especially recently. You look at the record and you look at the records, you see that there's a lot of fighters that are failing their drug tests. Like there's a lot many. So you know, I feel like it happens, but some people just aren't. They either aren't getting aren't getting tested, or they found a way to hide it. But I definitely think it goes on. I definitely think it goes on.
Okay, another person wants to know, who is your favorite porn star?
My favorite porn star, Roxy Reynolds. Roxy Reynolds. I remember I actually met her once when I was in the States. I was in Vegas. I met her once, but yeah, she's my favorite porn star.
Ohara, is it difficult, the more that you climb in your career, do you find it difficult to be able to, I don't know if you're in a relationship or if you're single, but do you find it, well, I should ask that first.
I'm single.
Okay, so do you find it difficult meeting someone and maybe feeling like they're authentic?
Yes, definitely. But then again, I feel like the stage that I'm at in life right now, I don't think I'm ready to settle down or to get to get into one anyway. I feel like where I'm at in life right now, I'm just about, you know, just going with the flow and just enjoying life. I don't feel like I'm mentally in a place right now where I want to settle down. I just really want to focus on my boxing career. You know, that comes first, and just go with the flow. But getting into a relationship is not something that I'm thinking about right now anyway.
Plus, you're young too. You're 25, right?
Yep, 25.
Yeah, you've got nothing to worry about.
I got time. I got time.
What is a favorite place of yours to go party at? Where do you go party in England?
I don't really party that much, but when I do, I'm in all different places. There's literally all different clubs everywhere. I'm just everywhere. But I only club after my fight. So like a fight will be done, and then on that week, I'll go to a few different clubs, and then I'll be back in the gym like the week after. But there's not one club that I spend a lot of time at. I'm just always out and about, different places, events, clubs. Yeah, just social events really.
Who's your favorite supermodel?
I don't have one.
You don't? Okay.
No, I don't have one.
So do you like read or watch the news at all? Because there's been an interesting story floating around,
Mhm.
not about you, but just in general, that I find quite controversial.
To be honest, I never watch the TV. I don't know. I don't have the time. Like life's like really busy. Either I'm in camp and I'm in a gym all the time, or the fight's done and I've got to see so many people and just do so many things. So I'm always on the road. So I never really get time to watch the TV. Sounds a bit bad, doesn't it?
No, honestly, a lot of fighters say the same thing. They just don't got time.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find some more questions on my end. Jeandra, do you have any from? I know there's tons of them, but I'm out. Do you have any written out?
The respectable ones. Well, while I'm looking at some more questions, did you see the fight last night with Curtis Stevens and David Lemieux?
No, I didn't see that fight. Yeah, I was in bed because the fight's in the States. It comes on at different times. So it must have been on about 3 or 4 in the morning, our time. So I was in bed. So I missed it.
Oh, let's see. We have one from Joseph Bakary. Is Ohara still close to Junior Saba, and how highly do you rate him?
Me and you, to be honest, I hadn't spoken to him in about a year and a half, but we did get back in touch with each other last week. We got back in touch. You know, these things, it just happens in life, you know. I was with the same coach that he was with, so I saw him in the gym every day. But then once I left that camp and I got a new coach, we kind of grew apart, if you know what I mean. And that happens in life. So I hadn't spoken to him in about a year and a half, but now we're back in touch. And yeah, I believe he can be really good. You know, I've tried him a lot of times, and he's really sharp, really quick, and he can hit. So yeah, you know, nothing but good things to say about him.
Oh, there's one from Anthony G. He wants to know who would win in a fight with Adrian Broner versus Lucas Matisse.
I don't really know. I don't really care about any of them, to be honest, because I beat both of them.
All right. All right. Hey, he slid that in there real quick. It don't matter because I'm going to beat both of them. I know that's right. Well, at any rate, Ohara, we thank you for joining us. Thank you for being our guinea pig and kicking off our first episode of Hey Fight Fans Live. Before we wrap up, is there anything you want to tell the chatters? Shout out your social media so they can follow you. Anything you want to share before we wrap it up for the day?
I just want to thank everyone for their support. You know, yeah, just for everyone's all the support, all the positive tweets that I've been getting, all the positive comments I've been getting. I know that I'm not able to get back to everyone, but I do see all the positive tweets and like all the messages and stuff. So I'd just like to thank all the fight fans for that.
All right.
And just keep on following my journey. It's going to be a great one.
Okay. Well, thank you, Ohara. We appreciate it. We appreciate you, everyone, for tuning into our first episode of Hate Fight Fans Live. Thank you to the wonderful, beautiful MichelleJoyPhelps. Thank you, Ohara Davies. I'm JeandraLebeauf from Bad Culture. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already to MichelleJoyPhelps' YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe to Bad Culture TV, and we'll be back with another edition soon. Thank you, Fight Fans.
Bye, Fight Fans.